Hello folks, welcome back to Total War Rome 2. So, in the last episode, we declared war on the Marcomanni to start it out, and took over the province that we needed to complete our ultimate objectives. And then we turned Marcomanni into our client state. So, the next step is taking on the Gothi over here. We declared war on them at the end of the episode, and I believe we took over one, maybe two settlements. I think, let's see, was it? I think we took Nisos and Zar, whatever you want to call this place. Yes. So we've taken those places over, and now we are working to, well, continue our movements. So, it looks like we completed what we need to do, or we completed the last turn, which makes our army free to move. So we're going to continue moving on, and with any luck, take over the rest of the Gothi. It looks like over in Petrodava here, they have one little army, but that shouldn't be much of an issue for this force here. Alright, this one looks like it's going to be pretty much of a cakewalk, so we're just going to auto-resolve it and take him out. Balanced. Let's see how well this goes. And it looks like a general who's as an imperial bodyguard, instead of, say, like a chariot, actually does pretty well. Alright, so since this is a barbarian province, once again we are just going to raise it. And that will open up plenty of places for us to build out. So Petrodava doesn't look like it has any particular resources here. So let's start working on one for banditry, and let's do food as well. Now the capital here, well, we're gonna probably want some form of Latin culture, so we'll start with that. What else do we have available here? Well, let's see. Should I turn this place into a recruitment hub? I think I might use Sarmatia instead for that. So this is going to be mostly for economy-focused buildings. So let's see. We have an aqueduct here that we could build that would improve sanitation. So you know what? We're going to do that. We are going to do suburbia. And let's build a public forum for the time being. And it looks like we should be able to start work on this. Since we're going to do this as an economy-focused place, we'll do the civil colonia there. Alright, next step. We have an army here at Nisos. We could head straight for the capital building there, or the capital region, whatever you want to call it. And with any luck, this should go pretty well. Well, oh geez, they have 2 war bands, that's it. So they must not have done anything. Well, we're just gonna auto-resolve it, because, well, yeah, that's pathetic.
We hunger for battle.
Now, it could be that these were former, like, Roman sort of settlements, and destroying them like that is probably a bad thing, but I think we'll do alright. Alright, so we have +2 sanitation to all regions from that. You know what? Let's do the settlement trench mine. What else do we have going here? Let's do an aqueduct. And let's see. Odessos I could use as a military base. So you know what? We are going to do the sailors' quarters. And just to, well, let's see, we're doing that. Let's look at culture-wise. So it looks like Germanic is heading down towards nothing. So we probably won't need another temple. So probably the best thing to add here, let's add a suburbia, I think. Take full advantage of that. At your command. Alright, I think there's really nothing else that we can do for this turn. We've made movements there. From this location, well, let's see. We have this army here. Oh, I forgot about. Yeah, I can actually probably move this army. Assuming they don't encounter any major forces. Alright. We'll just leave them there for the moment. And then we'll end the turn. Oh yeah, this guy leveled up. Always a good thing. And I could add someone to his household as well. Authority, authority, morale. There's a lot of things that I can choose for this group. Let's just do well, I don't really need to do public order. We'll do the shield bearer. That can work. Alright, let's end the turn now. So, it looks like the Gothi really don't have too many forces to face against us, so that's a good sign, I mean, you know. But, yeah, we'll see where things go. Troubled populace. The people of this province are troubled by their circumstances. Well, too bad. Alright, so we have Piscal and Drobeta there, both of which this army can take out. So I'm just going to send them over. And again, they have just 2 little defenders. I'm guessing this force just doesn't have much in the way of defense for their settlements. Or at least not with what they have set up.
Ready for battle.
Nice, a village with grain fields. That's always a good thing because it gives a huge boost to food. Given that we have that there, you know what? I'm going to do a procurator's villa there. And let's do a field of Mars for a boosted garrison.
Commander. Commander.
And what were the bury to me anyways? Let's see. I can't remember what the bury were. Are they a client state as well? They are, okay. Well, that's cool.
Ready for battle.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to bring these 2 armies down.
At your command.
But in the end, I didn't actually need them. Also, excuse my voice. I have a little tickle in my throat. Hopefully, I'm not getting sick. But, so yeah, if my voice sounds weird, it's because of that. Let's see, what else do we want to do? Well, we can build up Sirmium a little bit. Also, this just seems weird. You'd think the combat posts, by the look, would be melee attack, and the practice castrum would be the defense, but it's the other way around. Whatever.
Ready for battle.
Well, let's see. Let's look back at our objectives. Thracia. So we have to take Odessos there to finish this objective. Let's head over here.
Commander. Your next command. You have further orders?
I admit, I'm really surprised at the lack of forces that they have. Because, let's see. I think I may have fought 1 force in the last episode of the Gothi, but I thought they would have had at least another one here. I had to look and see what kind of force I want to do here. So we have damage by sword-armed units, missile units, medium siege engines. It's interesting, but I think I'm going to do dread ambushers just because it has a bunch of cavalry. Yeah, I suppose we're probably getting to the point where I might just bring this campaign to an end. I mean, I suppose I can always go against the Mori and the Roman pretenders and take them out. It's a possibility, at least. Another stolen eagle, because there's nothing like stealing all the eagles from us, apparently.
You have further orders?
Oh, okay, so these green farms do produce squalor now. I don't think they did produce squalor back when, in the previous campaigns in Rome 2. At least not that I remember.
We hunger for battle.
Ready for further orders. Make haste, men!
At your command. Ready for battle.
Alright, let's take Odessos there. And you know what, since this force has a little bit more to it, I'll do an assault. But I don't expect much from them. Alright, given that I have my artillery, I don't really want to use that in the rain. So let's wait it out. It's dry now. Okay, good.
We await your command. Ready for orders. Legionaries! Veteran spears! We hunger for blood and battle!
Missile infantry at your command! Understood!
Hunters! Orders! Brave Romans to a man! Chariots! By your command! Pikemen! Melee infantry ready and waiting! Don't break formation! Grouped and awaiting orders!
Alright, let's start this battle. Start our units moving forward.
Enemy reinforcements approaching. Ready for orders. Field artillery awaiting orders. Advance at speed. Ballista!
I think I'll just set it to full fast forward, because I don't expect much from these units. Oh, they do have some cavalry behind us. Interesting.
Pikeman! Battle group awaiting orders. Quick march! Our hidden units have been discovered. At your service. Field artillery, yours to command. As you command. Ballista! Yours to command. To advance! Ballista! Ready!
The enemy general is dead.
Well, that was poor action on their part.
For glory, Commander! Pikeman! At the double! Chariots!
At your service.
Swords! Engage! Ready! Advance! Ready! A charge! Slingers! Pikeman! Ballista! At the double! Quick march! Yours to command! Ballista! Yes, Commander! At the double! Chariots! At your service!
Well, it appears that overall their forces were rather disappointing.
Ready and waiting! Forward!
The men are wavering.
Missile infantry ready. By your command. Missile infantry at your command. At the double.
By your command orders! Weapons ready! Chariots!
Ready for orders. Missile infantry. Move out. Loose.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
And that's the end of the battle. Well, nothing too major. Did almost lose a group of skirmishers, but they held their own. Alright, again we will raise this province to bring it further into line with what we want. Convert over their old buildings. I think it would probably be useful to have two procurators' villas here, just to help take on some of the public order issues. And you know what? We'll put in some more enclosed land as well.
Commander. At your command.
And it does look like Thracia is fully under our control. So let's see what happens in the next turn then. What exactly is going to be revealed for us, I guess.
Orders.
And the Gothi are looking for a peace treaty, but I'm not really concerned with that yet. Maybe I will accept it when they are almost nothing. And turn them into a client state as well. Figure that would boost us up. And there are a lot of forces moving around Rome. Does make me a little concerned. Mission successful. The lands that held by Emperor Aurelian were both a source of wealth and of brave men. Tetricus set out to conquer them, eliminating any local resistance to his rule at the same time. So we got plus 10,000. Objective issued. South of the Mare Internum lay the African provinces. Most of these were still loyal to Aurelian, so Tetricus needed to establish his rule there, as the grain farms of Aegyptos were especially valuable. Completely control the following two provinces, either by direct ownership or through client states and military allies, Africa and Aegyptos. Alright, we'll just issue a new standard. So the big thing is going to be going up against Egypt herself. And it looks like Egypt has expanded out a bit. Because it used to be that the Hispania Citerior had a pretty decent force there. So, to combat that, we are going to need a fleet. And what happened to my other fleet here? Okay, there they are. Just hanging out over here. Alright, I never really did complete this fleet, so I probably, well, I can't do it there. Because they didn't complete that stuff. Oh, geez, come on, fleet. Okay, well, we'll start on that. It looks like it's going to be a few turns before we get a really nice fleet going. So we're starting it at Gortina. Let's raise some forces here, I think. Though, you know what? Now that I'm actually close to here, I think I'm going to bring in a sailor's quarters as well. Oh, I forgot I made this other legion here. Probably, I think, yeah, I did that last turn or the turn or last episode, checking out whether or not I could recruit Spartan units. Unfortunately, I can't recruit Spartan units, only Peltus and Spear Infantry. That was a little disappointing, but oh well. Also, looking at Athene there, I should actually probably turn that over into a Field of Mars, because that provides much better garrisons than the regular, right? Yeah. So we'll do that. Let's raise a fleet here. Oh, gotta figure out which guy I want. We have authority, zeal, or city center construction costs. Let's do Lucius. Well, let's see. That's Tetricus. That guy would be part of the Patrici Council. You know what? Let's do that.
Ready for orders. Easy into port.
So the units available, I can do some of these ballista. So let's start with a group of that. 4 will do.
We hunger for battle.
Alright, so these forces. Let's move on Olbia there, and what is that? We're just going to auto-resolve it, since things are going relatively well. Looks like our main opponent is going to be Egypt itself. Okay, I want to take a moment and actually look over here and see what kind of culture this is. Nomadic, okay, so that must be generated from probably those guys, the Bosporo. And look at all that banditry. Ugh. Eventually we'll deal with that. Alright. So we have that. This is the other guy we had to... So we'll take Joe Beta there. And apparently it already pretty much was nothing. So, hooray. So there's a mixture of local traditions in this province between nomadic and Germanic. So we'll want to do stuff to boost the Latin culture and that sort of thing. And the most powerful one is Jupiter here, so we'll start with that. Alright, so we're doing 2 of the things that do banditry. What else will we need for this province? Well, let's see. Let's look at our public forum. This place so far is producing a decent amount of food. I don't know if we need research rates. That helps wealth from agriculture. Amphitheater is a boost to public order. That's banditry, banditry. Well, let's go ahead and do the library, I think. We'll do the library here. And then for this area, we'll do a meeting place and eventually the amphitheater. And it looks like the Gothi will only have 1 location left. You know what? I think I'm just going to take them out so I can take this whole province and then work on the Bosporo guys themselves, which might produce some manner of issue. I don't know yet, but we'll see. Let's see, if I was to come from Odessos down here, let's see, oh, Latin rebels. A lot of Latin rebels. Well, I can deal with them eventually. Hello, Kareem. Oh, I have those guys I need to boost up. So this is the Legion. What do I have for their forces again? Let's boost up. You know what? Let's make them siege experts. That's something a little different. Alright, now let's end the turn.
I offer this morsel. Now, like a wolf at the door, perhaps you will go find better.
Oh, the Gothi have an interesting amount of land. I didn't even know that they were all the way over here. Well, that was interesting. In that case, I almost want to give them their little peace treaty. Eventually, they may turn against me, but, well, for the moment, I'll accept it. I am going to keep that army that's over there, though. In, near Bosporo, or whatever you call that place. Missing taxes. Ships at the port. Confiscate their cargo. Oh, this guy. Well, of course he has banditry. He's, all alone in this province, pretty much. Alright, so we're gonna keep this army in Olbia here. I don't think it's really worth it to build this up anymore, so we'll just wait on them. This force is going to go along with this
Ready
one
for orders. We hunt
to
battle.
join the assault on Egypt.
March. Ready for battle.
And if we head back down to Gortina, let's see. So we have assault biremes. But you know what? I think I'm going to wait until I can do the really more powerful ships. So let's see, recruitment of light artillery and missile triremes. Yeah, I think I'll hold off for the moment. Okay, now what was the other thing that I was going to build here? We have aqueducts, public forum. You know what? Let's do the thing for banditry. I'm sure there was something else that I was going... Oh no, I was going to do a Field of Mars because I replaced one of these. Okay. It's interesting how lead as a resource boosts sanitation. Is that just based off of old world thinking, or does lead actually have sanitizing properties? I'm not entirely sure. Alright, another increase in rank. We did the Stolen Eagle thing. So let's get these forces heading out. You can head there. You can head there.
The waves still beckon.
Now, while I'm thinking of it, can I afford to recruit another dignitary? I can. Do we have one available that would help? We do not. As far as one that could help with public order, I'm not seeing one. Or not public order, religion thing. Culture, that's it. Sorry, brain fart. Alright, so we are doing the port there. So probably the military wharf here. That would be it. And let's boost up this little barracks here too. Back down in Greece, we have still 3 more turns before this dry dock is going to be ready. Let's see. I wish there was more that I could do right now, but there really isn't. At least not yet. Let's check on Rome while we are over here, because we should probably build up a further garrison. Ooh, I didn't even see that. Unlocks recruitment of gladiators and spear gladiators. I forgot about them. Now, I think they are relatively weak as far as their armor goes, because they don't go into battle with armor. But I think they might have some decent properties to them.
can I serve Rome?
Alright, I think I'm gonna move some of these forces out to, let's see. We have military administration, authority, civil administration. Let's do feeding targets. Let's do that one, I guess. And I'll move these forces out over here to eventually aid us in trying to subvert some of these other locations. Idiot 212 says, I don't see why they gave up on Rome 1. It's still an awesome game and many people are playing it. You know what? That's a good question. I mean, personally, I don't see why they gave up on Medieval 2. I mean, I used to have a great time playing Medieval 2 back in the day. I've never really gotten into Rome 1. Not sure why. It's just, I guess maybe the timing of its release just didn't coincide with when I was checking things out. So one of these days I'll actually check out Rome 1. One of these days. Alright, more research complete. Lovely, the Mithraic guys are having their feasts and all that. Improved mercenary administration. Reduces mercenary recruitment costs. That's not bad. Alright, let's get some of these forces heading down. It's gonna take them a while to get there, but they can at least start going.
Yes, fleet reporting. Beat the drums.
Ready for orders. Sound the...
Its graphics are horrible, but I think it's better than Rome 2. Outdated, actually. You know what? I mean, from what I've seen of the graphics of Rome 1, I mean, yeah, they are outdated, but, you know, so are the graphics in Medieval 2 and all that. So it's hard to judge it solely because of graphics. I mean, even Star Wars Rebellion has very outdated graphics nowadays, but it's still a game that I definitely enjoy.
At your command.
I feel like I should be doing more with these armies, but at the same time I'm like, well, do I want to use them or not? Or do I just want to keep them there and be like a safeguard against potential issues later on down the road? So it's hard to say what I want to do with those forces. Let's see, what to do with you here. Alright, let's probably end the turn now. Eventually that dry dock is going to be complete, and then I can finally start to get going on that better fleet there.
I am a virtuous...
Lovely, more banditry. Yarg. I thought I was doing something up for... banditry up here. Or maybe I wasn't. Well, let's build that and let's start on the banditry thing then. And let's check something real quick. So that's going to be 6 and 5. So I'll still be good as far as squalor goes up here. And this general is apparently foul-mouthed. Oh well. Doesn't bother me too much. He can be as foul-mouthed as he wants to be. And let's see now. Now this force under Caius. Well, you know what? I'm going to add that force to those going down here as well. Just to get things going.
Supplies. At ease, man.
All right, so we have a moment. Let's see. It looks like I can afford to do that Colonia, which will boost my horses. Let's see, Squalor, I have 8 available. That's going to add another couple, so that should still be good. Alright, let's end the turn and see where... Oh, got another guy to upgrade. Who do we got here? Oh, a dignitary dude. What to do with you? Probably culture conversion, because this is probably the last one that you are going to have. So we'll do that. Now, I suppose one option or one question that's open is, how do we want to go about taking Egypt? We could head directly for their capital, which would potentially disable them pretty well, I would think. Another option would be to come from the sides and head in towards their capital.
The Senate
Lydia wants a non-aggression pact, but I'm really not interested in it. And more banditry. Where's this now? Up here? Oh, well that's gonna happen because that place doesn't have anything. I don't have that whole province, so I can't fight the banditry there. Sorry, people. Alright. Finally, I can start heading to get the really good dry dock. It's only going to be 8 turns, though. Alright, so you know what? I think I'm going to have to settle for a lesser force here. Salt Byrame. Let's see. It looks like that one is going to be better. So we'll do a force of 4 of those. Let's do some skirmishers. And let's see. The Hemiolas really aren't anything special, so I really don't have too much interest in those ones. Alright, 4 turns to get a stronger naval force going there. Is there anything else that I have to do? Not really. It's interesting that the Gothi are wandering around with this little force. Hopefully they don't decide to try something. Alright, let's end the turn. Get us closer towards Egypt. Okay, the one bad thing about the way I did things is you have to sit through that turn of where they're moving their own forces, or your own forces. And unlike in Warhammer, you can't speed it up any. Easter, lovely. Alright, so there was some ship that was moving kinda closer to our border. What was that? Who was that? Alright, I don't think there's really too much that I can do right now, so I'm probably just going to end the turn. Let's take a moment and look and see what all I need to take. So, Egyptos is this province that's right here, Alexandria, Myos, Hormos, Memphis, and Diospolis. Africa is the lower section, I believe? No, that's Ethiopia. Africa, where are you? Unless it's the other side. Let's see, that's Libya. This is Africa. Okay, so we have rebels, Rome, Mori, who are a defensive ally, and Egypt. So it looks like we are going to have to go to war with the Mori to take Africa. Well, so long Mori. At least pretty soon, so long Mori. So knowing that, let's move some of our other forces into position. Let's see, who do I have available? Oh, it would probably help if I just went to that screen. Not really, but kinda. Alright, so that force with all the horse dudes. Well, you're kind of near Athens. I would prefer someone closer. Let's see, I have an admiral there. That guy who has been in ambush stance forever. Let's get you out of it. And we'll move him to Arminium there. So they'll be ready to move on them. This force at Rome, well, I'm going to have to start to build you up now, aren't I?
It is a great and glorious thing to die for Rome.
Also, why is it that the Gallic Legionnaires are the very heavy, but for pretty much all purposes they appear to be not as strong, other than in charge, than the longsword cohorts? Because the longswords have the bonus versus infantry. So, I think I'll do that. Let's see, what else do we have available here? Could probably do some pikemen. Then we'll need, obviously, some ranged units. Gallic heavy skirmishers, why not? Apparently, we never set up a whatchamacallit here. Oh well. So let's do some artillery. Ballistas are always good. Scorpions are probably pretty decent as well. And throw a couple of Onagers in there as well. And finish it maybe with another set of skirmishers. Right? Yeah, we could do that. So 3 turns for that army to be all ready to go. And then once we go to war with the Mori, we can take these 2 locations pretty quickly, as well as defend against any other incursions. Alright, let's end the turn. And still moving all my agents and all that. Oh well, what can you do? So yeah, I'm not sure how the battle with Egypt is going to go. Because I thought that Egypt was relatively weak. But since they've taken back all of that territory down there, they could have some army hidden or something going on down there.
Romans are a proud...
Alright, since I'm going to have to go to war with the Mori, you know what? I think I'm probably going to end my little pact with them. Start it now, and that way when everything is ready to go, I can cancel.
Fish.
Oh wait, can I just do it all together? Cancel military access. Oh, cancel that. And cancel that. And who knows, they might declare war on me after all of that. But at least now, in 10 turns, I can go to war with them with no problem. And 2 more turns before this fleet is ready to go. Might as well boost that as well. Alright, let's end the turn and see where things go. Maybe the Mori will do a surprise attack on us or something. And lovely, another plague shows up. What the hell? Why did you even show up there? Oh, is it because there's a plague here? There's pestilence there. We are doomed. One by one, our men succumb to a foul disease. The corpses are piling up and the foul stench is everywhere. Well, the only thing I can think of is that it started here and then it spread over here. Because my sanitation is relatively good for this province. What the hell?
Reporting.
Alright, I don't think there's really too much that I can do for this turn. So I think I am just going to end it. And then in the next one, we'll hopefully be all ready to go. Oh, I should probably continue this delicatessen. Need more food for this province.
We strongly urge you to attack here.
I still don't know where that Margiana is, so yeah, that's not gonna work, person. And lovely, more unrest over here. Let's see. Oh, because of the banditry, probably. Probably. Is there anything I can do for the banditry in this province? Let's see. We have that. We have the theater, which is helping with public order. Nothing I feel comfortable with. At least not while the other barbarian factions are still around. Alright, let's get some of our forces moving here. So, fleet, we'll move you there. And you can move as far as there, so. Alright. Let's end the turn right now, and then probably in the next one we can make our move. Although, you know what? I should probably avoid this area. Because they don't need to take any of that attrition. And also that fleet, or that army, is ready to go. Those guys, let's see, if I put you to none, it does look like you'll be able to attack that perfectly fine in one turn. Let's see, anything else that I need to do? Not really. I suppose I could try to cause some sabotage over here. Not really anything I need to do, though. Also, I just took a big hit to my food from everything going on, which is not a good thing. Hopefully it doesn't dramatically go down. It's the one bad thing about when you are building up provinces is it's hard to keep track of food at this late stage of the game. So you end up having like a whole bunch of units, or not units necessarily, but buildings that take food, and it doesn't go up by like 1 either. It goes up by like 3 or 4 or something. So you upgrade all of those, and then once those upgrades are done and they all happen like all at once, it just goes bad all at once. So alright, so let's do power. Alright, best bet to attack Rome. You know what, let's start in Libya. Or, well, yeah, let's start in Libya. We'll attack Cyrene, and then we'll go from there. So, diplomacy. Egypt, we don't have anything with you. And you have only, well, you have 1 military ally with Galatia. Nothing that I have to worry about. So let's go to war. Alright, let's end the turn and see where things go from here. If they move their forces to attack us immediately or not. Also, I should probably change the name of this episode to reflect what's going on right now. Ta-da! Updated the name of the this episode on YouTube to reflect what's going on. So hooray! All right, keep moving.
Yes. Steady as we go, waiting for a new course.
Also, we don't have any view of what's going on here yet. So I don't know if that's all Hellenic still, or if by this time it's considered a Latin province. Also, my food is down really low. Oh crap. I may have caused some problems here. Let's see, you're gonna go up and take a bunch of food. You're gonna go up and take a bunch of food. Arrgh. I may have made a horrible mistake here. Alright, let's go on in, and hopefully I haven't made a huge mistake on my food. I probably have, though. Oh well. And you want to join the war against the Roman pretenders, but I really don't need to do that yet. In time. Dionysus, hello there. For folks wondering, Dionysus actually has a very decent Divinity Original Sin 2 stream going on right now. Or, well, episode, let's play, yeah.
And needs no great thought before an answer.
No, I'm not going to join the war against the Alani. And yeah, Dionysus, you made it to my Rome 2 stream, so that's what I've been... Oh, the food shortage. That's what I've been doing lately, more than anything. Let's see. I am not going to take that to take even more food shortage. Okay. Let's move you guys closer. Oh, wait a second. Because those guys don't go very far. Let's do that for now. And of course, Egypt has a whole bunch of people right at where I want to go. Grr. Alright, is there anything else here that I can do to boost food? Let's see. That's going to take a whole bunch of food. Let's go to the politics screen. So one of these, do I even have any statesmen remaining? You know what? I am not seeing one, so I have to hire one. Let's see, we got you, we have you. Does it really matter, any of these guys? House of Tetricus, we'll do that guy. Alright, where'd you go now? You. Organize a feast. We'll send you to Achaia there. Well, that did food for one turn at least. Let's head on back up here and see what else we have. So there's really nothing that I can do to improve food there. Here, it's looking like it's pretty much the same thing. I suppose I can look at this screen. So Britannia is taking a negative food. Macedonia is also taking a negative food. I don't really want to get rid of that wine trader, but we'll see. K is negative. Germania Minor is also negative. Well, you know what? Well, I don't really want to get rid of these guys, because these are pretty good buildings here, and we already have that little delicatessen thing. Yeah, right now I'm trying to figure out my food situation because, well, I need food for my provinces. Let's look through, and it looks like for most of the ones that I can do an edict in, I'm already doing the food edict. I have one last little one here that I can do, so we'll do that as well. You know what? I'm just gonna have to convert over this harbor into a fishing port, since it's not looking too good for my food. Alright, let's end the turn right now, and then we'll see where things go from here. The important thing is, so long as I don't lose any forces from those armies and fleets that are heading towards Cyrene. Return from a mission. Alright, well, at least for the moment, I'm doing alright on food. So that's a good sign. Mr. Statesman dude, I'm gonna continue having you go and do your feasts. So I'll send you there as well. I still don't fully understand all of those missions, but it's something. And also of note is that it appears that the Egyptian army that was here has departed. And I can almost take this whole place with just the fleet, but we're gonna send in an army as well, so let's send in you guys. And for entertainment, let's do an assault. Oh yeah, my money is, like, doing pretty good right now, so it's just the food situation that I have to deal with, so.
Ready, willing, and able. Battle group away.
Alright, I think I'm just gonna put the fleet all into one little group here. Start the battle, and let's position them somewhere that they can do some damage. Oh yeah, I can definitely spend that much. Definitely if I was to build up several more armies, I could definitely end up using it. Just out of the fact that there's just, you know, between the upkeep and just building those units, and I could probably do a whole bunch of mercenaries too if I wanted to.
Transports ready and waiting. Transport ships at your command.
Yeah, you know, as far as cash goes in a lot of these games, you know, you gotta spend some time building up the economy. Generally, at least in this game and Warhammer, I'll try to set up some provinces dedicated towards the economy more than anything. And generally that definitely helps out a bit.
Ships waiting. Battle group awaiting orders.
Alright, moving our transports into position now. Let's speed things up a little bit, because it doesn't look like they're using any of their naval forces against us here. And with any luck, our siege ships here should do a decent amount of damage. Hopefully.
Destroy shore targets.
Let's try and focus on the gate there. And then I can just land my forces here and go about my business. Oh, this is just standard difficulty. I haven't even gotten adventurous enough to do legendary difficulty yet. Not even in Warhammer, where I'm much better in Warhammer than I am in this game. One of these days I might feel adventurous and try to do legendary.
Your orders?
Yeah, legendary you have to balance like a whole bunch of things, and probably I would imagine you would have to play it a bit more defensively. Especially at the start.
Artillery ships reporting. Fire on shore targets. Artillery! Fire on the enemy!
Okay, maybe the best thing is to fire on that with those guys. Let's see. I can't decide what the best option is.
Transports.
Oh yeah, I can imagine that legendary is definitely a pain. I mean, you know, it probably definitely gives a sense of reward as soon as you know, slog through it, but yeah.
By your command! Artillery ships, ready!
Okay, you ships move on back because you're too close there.
Transport ships at your command!
I think this is the first time I've attacked a walled city from sea, so I make no promises on how well this is going to go.
Transports ready for order! Artillery ships reporting! Take aim! Fire on the shore! We await your command!
Oh yeah. Well, they really don't have too many forces here, I don't believe. So I should be able to get most of my forces landed on the shore here, so that will at least be one good thing going for me. And hopefully by the time I get most of my forces landed, my siege ships will take out this gate. Then we can just rush right on in.
Transport ships at your command. To the oars! Give way!
Yeah, just the garrison and the small garrison fleet, which they had their forces land already, so it shouldn't be much of an issue. It's just getting everyone landed now, so let's fast forward it a little bit here. Get a little boost going. Okay, one sucky thing. Apparently, when you attack from sea, you don't come with your siege equipment. What the hell? Okay, I'll say I didn't know that because this is the first time I've done one of these battles attacking a walled city. So, yeah. Oops. So my ballista guys are useless. Completely useless.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
When it crashes, have you tried to verify the cache in Steam? Your file integrity or whatever?
For orders. Double time, Commander. Missile infantry ready. Advance at speed.
Because I've noticed that this game does do that, especially because I switch between Windows 7 and Windows 10 a lot. Like right now, like most of the time I do my streaming in Windows 7, and sometimes I just play Windows 10 just to play around with it. And I've noticed that for whatever reason when I switch back and forth in Rome 2, it causes a crash on the campaign map a lot.
Battle group ready and awaiting orders.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
At speed. Firepower ready. Transports ready and waiting. Artillery at your command. Pikeman! Advance at speed!
Alright, forget their little skirmishers up there. Let's just head on in. You know what? I'll have the Gallic warriors go up there and take them out, though.
Swords! Battle group ready and awaiting orders. Forward! Pikeman! Advance at speed! V formation! Double time! Double time! Ready and waiting! Advance at speed! Swords!
Alright, let's go see how our Gallic warriors are doing. Well, they're already starting to take out some of these guys, it looks like. And experience a little lag there. Whoops.
Slingers! Ready for orders. Take command! For glory!
I'm not sure why it's doing that. Yeah, I know. Even though they've fixed Rome 2, I mean, there are still issues with it, you know. I mean, it's better than it was at release, definitely.
Slingers!
By your command. Take man! Advance!
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
I don't know what those Vigiles were doing, but they were just sort of looking the other way as my force came up behind. Whoops. Yeah, it's not a bad game. Yeah, the only thing I can recommend is, you know, check out some of the stuff on the Total War forum. See if they have any recommendations on there. And go from there. Try and pin down exactly, you know, what's going on that's causing the crashes. I know generally there's, well, the Total War forum is a bit of a mess trying to find stuff sometimes, but some of the things I've found out in there have been useful from time to time.
Our enemy have lost a victory point.
Swords!
And there they go. Hooray. Alright. Where to go from here? Well, I don't know. We'll at least have the capital of this province, though. But yeah, as far as Total War games go, I mean, Warhammer is definitely my favorite right now. It's just, there's so much potential in Warhammer that, you know, one of these days I really want to see, I guess, you know, I really want to see Warhammer when it's complete, is what I'm trying to say. Because, like, you know, that will be like the heyday. When you have the massive map for what they're going to bring in Warhammer 3 and all of that. And hopefully it will be streamlined to work pretty well, too. Also interesting is the auxiliary barracks is going to give us auxiliary African elephants. I will say this is one good thing about Rome 2 that is kind of missing in some of the, in Warhammer, is the access to unique units from different regions. Alright, so we have one army here, we have another army here. They just got a lot of forces going around, so let's see. What is going to be our best bet? Oh, it looks like the Mori have been up to something over here. Interesting. Because this did used to be a mixture of forces. Okay. Well, let's end the turn right now. Oh, you've only played the first one? Oh, yeah. Definitely check out the second. The Mortal Empires campaign, I mean, it's just awesome. I mean, it's a huge campaign, don't get me wrong. But it is pretty awesome. And what was I going to do with this guy? Is this the fleet? This is the fleet. Okay. So, for a fleet navigator, let's do that. Also, good choice on favorite faction because the Warriors of Chaos. I mean, they get downplayed a lot, but I really like Chaos. I mean, yeah, they had their issues, but I think Creative Assembly's done a good job at fixing a lot of those issues, especially with the implementation of Norska and all that, and how that works together. I am kind of sad that Norska was delayed with Warhammer 2, but given all of the explanation from their development side of things, I kind of understand.
Rome finds her coffers temporarily empty, and the Senate were wondering if you would care to make a contribution.
Aw. Well, definitely when you get the chance to check it out, definitely recommend it. Alright, Rome finds your coffers. Let's see, who's this again? Oh, Lydia. I don't want it with Lydia. Lydia's useless to me. Alright, return from a mission. Great. And my food is like balancing on the edge there. Alright, let's continue building this up. And really nothing else that I can do right now.
Your orders?
Alright, let's see. We have that force there. I want to go in for at least, or with at least 2 armies. So let's see, get you there.
Your next command. Fleet reporting.
Hey there, Rumi on Twitch. What's going on?
Returning to shore. Ready for further orders.
Well, you know, I think the reason that I chose to go with Skrulk was, I think one of the preliminary, like, analysis things of which legendary lords were used the most showed that Skrulk was, like, one of the least used in the first week or whatever of Warhammer. So that's what kind of made me decide to go with Skrulk. And I have to say, I mean, I'm happy because I chose Skrulk. I mean, you know, he's a good lord. He especially gets good later on once you get all of his, you know, stuff figured out. Let's see. Let's do... Oh, but I need the food. No good choice here. Let's see. Do I keep the military wharf here? Let's change this up at least, and we'll build the food place there. But yeah, I like Skrulk, and I like the Skaven too for the most part. Yeah, the Skaven are weak, but at the same time, they have some really interesting mechanics to them. So, I mean, if you look at how I think about them after the first couple episodes, it's like, oh my god, I'm going to do so horrible with these guys. And then, you know, my opinion changes of them completely once I figure out, hey, don't go into battle with all just Skaven slaves or even clan rats, you know. You have to go into battle with them using some of those more elite units. And more banditry, lovely. Okay, rat catchers, always the best thing for taking on the rats. So Syrtis here is taken over, but I think I want to consolidate my power here in Libya. So let's get you moving here.
At your command.
Don't want to go through the desert and potentially lose any forces there, so we'll take our time taking the routes gradually.
Your next command, Commander. Make haste.
Oh yeah, the Skaven with ambush is really amazing because, you know, you can ambush even from a regular attack, and, you know, if you get it just right, I mean, you can just slaughter some of the enemies that you go up against. Alright, let's see. Well, yeah, I think I'm just going to end the turn for the moment. Also, if you didn't notice, my income is now like way lower than what it was. I don't know if you saw it at the start of the stream, but at the start of the stream I was making about 10,000 a turn. Now I'm at 5,000. That's because they've added, let's see, 1 full fleet, another full army, and maybe some other force here too. Can't remember exactly. Go away, Egyptians. Go away. Alright, let's do that public forum there. And also I want to take a moment and look at the culture thing. So there's Eastern buildings there. There's nomadic is actually going down. So for as far as Libya goes, the province goes, it leans towards Latin, which is good for us. It makes our job much easier.
Advance. Ready for further orders.
We hunger for battle.
And interesting that Aguila here is pretty much just sort of had nothing to it. Also, the Tower of Silence. I mean, I just can't get over this little mark of a skull with glasses on. I have no idea what that's about, but hey, whatever.
Commander?
Alright, as much as I want to send that force up to Syrtis right away, I'm going to wait a moment. Just because I don't want them to get potentially ambushed by Egyptian forces out there. Let's see. There's this Fazania province, which is interesting out here. Alright, let's end the turn for now. Gonna take my time out here just in case things get a little hairy. Yeah, they definitely have a lot of forces over at Syrtis, which leaves me a little iffy. Belgica, lovely, more bandit stuff. Okay. Let's see. I can do... That gives a little boost to the garrison. I don't really want to do too much with it, though. Let's do that and get a boost. Let's see. Okay, food is gradually going up. We're doing that there. Do I want to do that Procurator's Villa? I guess I could. Yeah, I'll do it, I guess. Okay. So let's head towards Ammonium here. It looks like Latin rebels took it over.
We hunger for battle.
Ready for battle. Advance. That path is blocked. Make haste, men.
Ready for battle.
Mark, our advance has been halted.
At your command. We hunger for battle.
Okay, this force is getting a little close for comfort. So let's head on out and take them out. Ambush! Haha, the enemy has failed to spot your ambush. Attack now and the element of surprise will give you the upper hand.
An ambush is a sneak attack on a passing army. The usual rules for deployment do not apply here. Your forces will attack the enemy whilst they are in marching order. This is not always the best option to take in every situation. The enemy army will not be able to move until the battle begins, so deploy carefully to cause maximum confusion and disorder.
Commander. Swift riders at your command.
Alright, so with any luck, this will go over rather well. We're pretty much going to do a nice little anvil squish of them. The chariots are going to come on from here. The hunters are going to fire from here. And then these guys are pretty much going to hold them where they are. The onagers, what do I want to do with them?
Field artillery, yours to command.
I'll set them up behind the archers, just because I'm not really going to have the cavalry to be able to defend them. So let's get started here.
Break forward! Advance! Orders! My men, engage! Ready and waiting. Ready! Advance at speed!
Our hidden units have been discovered.
Chariots!
Our general is under attack.
Never surrender! We await your command. Obliterate them! Chariots! At the double! Chariots! Equities! By your command. Yours to command. Advance! We await your command. Engage! Commander!
Alright, let's wipe out as much as possible. I think we're probably close to good, though. Yeah, I'll just end it, and then I'll just attack them again one more time, just to be sure. Alright, so I can kill captives, enslave captives, or release them. You know what, I'm gonna enslave them. I could take some slaves. I haven't done enough of that.
Move. We hunger. Destroy them.
All too easy.
Your next command. At your command. March. Ready for further orders. Commander.
Hello there, old pilgrim. You don't like Warhammer 1? Is it because of the lore of Warhammer, or is it something else?
Your orders. Ready for orders.
Alright, I think I can end the turn right now, and things should be alright. Oh. Hello there, or, goodbye, Dionysus. Thanks for, watching the stream. Aha. Well, I guess I can respect that line of thinking, you know. I mean, fantasy isn't for everyone, but I guess perhaps one of the reasons that I like it is, you know, personally, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and that fantasy element has always been with me. And I guess to an extent, I find some of that fantasy fulfillment in the... Oh, lovely. Well, I guess I find some of that fantasy fulfillment in the Warhammer games, so I guess that's sort of part of what does it for me. Okay, well, let's head closer to here. They do have some forces here. Who do we have? Well, you're our best siegers, so let's encircle it.
The way is blocked.
Alright, so it looks like for the most part we should do well for this battle. Let's see. I could just end it now and go all in with an auto-resolve. Warcraft and Warhammer, not really my thing. Well, I guess I understand it. I mean, personally, Lord of the Rings is something that I've never really... I mean, I like the movies to an extent, but the lore of Lord of the Rings I've never really gotten into. I guess to an extent, it feels different than, say, the lore of Warhammer. Like, to me, the lore of Warhammer is better than, say, of Lord of the Rings. Alright, so this Verine has declared war on us. It looks like they are what used to be the Franci. So I don't know if it's a whole new group that is formed or something else. But yeah, interesting. Alright, so let's go to the diplomatic screen. See if we can't get the Marcomanni to do some work here. In the meanwhile, we have this large force here that I can move up. So let's move them. Can I take their capital there? Nope, nope. Bad idea, bad idea. Head on back. At least not alone, they're not doing it. Let's see. You know what? This would be a good time to send out this fleet here. So let's get them into double time and get them moving over there.
We still have a good wind. Ready for battle.
Alright, so we have one more province that we need to take, and then we'll have all of Libya under our control. Then we should be able to head into Egyptos directly, and with any luck be able to take them out. I do have one force that I need to level up, those guys. And we'll also see if the new barbarian group does anything against us. Well, Egypt is on the move, and it looks like they're about to attack Aguila there. Though I think they only did a siege there. I don't think they actually moved in. And they are attacking our forces here, but it's looking like we'll do pretty well against them. So, since we're getting closer towards the end of this stream here, I think I'm just going to auto-resolve it. Generally on something like that, I would have liked to have played it out, but we are getting close to the end of this stream for today. What? Oh no, your loyal subject was wounded by a brutal attack by an enemy spy.
At your command. On the move, we hunger for battle.
Ooh, they have a lot of forces down there. Alright, so let's go over here and we'll take this location. Secure it for our forces, and then we can move up against Egypt itself.
At your command.
Alright, so this Parati onion place. Let's see, this dry dock. Well, let's see. You know what? I'm going to change this over to a port. Or the fishmonger or whatever. This barracks, we'll do that. And I won't do anything else for the moment.
Commander. At your command.
Alright, so this force succeeded in that battle, but I'm going to pull them back so they can heal up. Let's see. Let's increase sword units, because that's what this unit is mostly. Our fleet over here, we're going to move them forward.
For honor and glory. Is there nothing else?
And for the moment, I think we can end it. So, we'll upgrade this next... oh, or the Emperor, at least. Uh-oh. Oh, no! Legio... Oh, hell. There we go. I forgot the name. I think it was Alpina or something. Oh, it was Legio III Gallica. Is technically what it was, right? Well, now it's Legio Imperius, because that's where the Emperor is. Alright, so we'll end the turn, and then once this turn is over, I will end the stream. Let's just see if anything interesting happens in the meantime. I don't think anything will. And hopefully the Marcomanni will start to head out on those other barbarians that have attacked us. Oh yeah, Egypt is going to... Oh, they just occupied Aguila there. I guess I didn't finish the conversion over, so there wasn't any garrison there. Oops. Alright. Well, that is going to complete it for this episode. In the next one, well, let's see. We have a good amount of territory that Egypt currently controls that we'll have to take over. We've kind of split their empire in half right now. So assuming that I do everything right, we should be able to head along there, then head into Egyptos and take that over. After that, it looks like we are probably going to have to go to war with the Mori to take the next provinces that we'll need. Oh, I can show that message. It's only ass. So you're playing as Armenia, getting my ass handed to me at the moment by Palmyra. You know what? I don't even know if Armenia... Oh, wait, no. Armenia did survive. They had that one little province there. Yeah, the Sassanids were doing... I thought they were doing all right because they expanded out over to here. But, yeah, then Hispania Citerior, which is my client state over here, somehow went... Well, they were all through Africa here. Then they went up over and took this area here from the Sassanids. So, yeah, that was weird. But anyways, for the next episode, it's all going to be Africa and Egypt and all of that we're taking. I don't think these Verini up there are going to be too much of an issue, hopefully. I mean, we'll find out, obviously. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, Palmyra. I don't know what happened to Palmyra in this playthrough. I don't know if I've ever even seen him. Not that I can recall in any of my previous ones. Or previous episodes, so... Palmyra just probably like fell apart or was taken over by the Sassanids in whatever playthrough I was doing, so... Alright folks, see you in the next episode. If you enjoyed this, be sure to leave a like. Oh, hello, Kamui SC2 StarCraft 2, maybe? Oh. Kill French dude, go, go, go. Well, I can't do that right now. I'm ending the stream. But folks, if you enjoyed this, be sure to leave a like on the stream if you are. Thank you for the subscription, Old Pilgrim. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube. If you are on Twitch, be sure to follow me on Twitch. I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So see you in the next stream.